Hello! We're here with Story and Art this month for a new craft. Bonjour, on est ici avec l'histoire et l'art pour un autre bricolage. Aujourd'hui, on va faire des binoculars. We're going to be making some binoculars and we're going to be making some little critters. These are super fun if you guys want to play some hide and seek games and do some bird watching. Pour commencer, on va faire notre binoculars. J'utilise les choses, des roules de papier toilette. So I use toilet paper rolls. These ones are actually a paper towel roll cut in half, and it gives me just a little bit more length. Okay? And you'll notice that these have a neat camouflage on them. And that's something that I did using some colored duct tape. So you can see I have a duct tape that's nice and camouflage. Good for if you're going out to bird watch and you don't want anyone to see you. But they also have lots of fun colors. So I don't have any of my leopard prints or stripes with me today, but I do have the traditional gray and then a black version. So just to show you that you can get some nice fun colors, and you can even get those from the dollar store. So I've already covered our paper rolls and I have my hot glue gun warming up right now. So what we're gonna do, if I put these over my eyes, they're not quite touching. So depending on the size of your bird watcher, you might want to put a spacer in the middle. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We are going to use a clothespin, which is going to come in handy for many of our crafts today, and we're gonna place it in the middle. So on va mettre les deux comme ça et the clothespin dans le milieu. To hold this for me right now, j'ai besoin seulement un. Alors je vais mettre une élastique sur les deux roules. I'm going to use some elastics. These are just from asparagus or broccoli. Some elastics that I had in the house. I'm going to pick one. Une seconde parce qu'on va mettre ça dans le milieu. So these elastics are just going to hold it for me. But you can imagine. So I'll just show you guys. Okay?
It looks done.
C'est presque fini. Léo said it looks done. C'est presque fini. But I'm just going to glue it. Léo, je vais attacher avec les colle. Oh, t'es prêt pour chasser les oiseaux? Laisse-moi voir.
It needs to be a little bit tiny bit bigger.
A little bit tiny bit bigger. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll add some hot glue on the side of our clip. And on the other side, so it's gonna hold both of my lenses together, but it's gonna leave space for my nose in between, okay? Or Leoden, whoever is using the binoculars at that time. Okay, so I did the one side. I'll just flip it over and glue the other side, and what we're gonna do is we're going to let this dry before I take the elastics off. Je veux que le colle sèche, alors je vais laisser les élastiques là, et quand c'est prêt, on va enlever les élastiques. So this is gonna sit off to the side for a little bit and just dry, and then we'll come back to the next step. So make sure it's level, and we'll put it aside.
Now maybe we can make a little animal.
Oui, maintenant on va créer notre petit animal. J'ai déjà une libellule. Le libellule a les 4 ailes, les ailes.
Yeah.
And with these, I used pipe cleaners, and I can show you really quick how I did that. So I took my pipe cleaner, I found the middle, plie en deux, et tiens the end, et plie encore. Maintenant, j'ai les deux ailes. I have two wings now. So you saw that I started by folding it in half and then taking each end and folding them to the center point. C'est comme une M. Mam. Comme ça. Okay? So for a libellule, for a little dragonfly, I would need to do that 2 times. We can also create little birds. So you can see both of these have googly eyes. I've also used foam to make a little beak and any other accessories like little feet or anything like that. And I've just put some feathers to make my bird look extra birdy. And Léodin is now going to create a butterfly. Léo va construire une papillon maintenant. On va utiliser les choses pour filer café. So it's a coffee filter.
I think I didn't want to make it.
Je sais que so Leo didn't want to make a papillon. He wanted to make a purple martin, a bird. But I haven't made a papillon yet. So I'm going to ask him just to show you, and then after he can make his purple martin. Pour commencer, les ailes des papillons avoir beaucoup de couleurs.
Okay.
Je veux que tu mettes beaucoup de couleurs ici. Okay? On a des rouges, violets, bleus, verts, jaunes et orange. On a beaucoup de couleurs. So Leo's going to start by coloring in his wings. So I've got bingo dabbers and markers here. There's some versions of this where after they add the color, juste doucement. Okay, continue. Tut, tut, tut. There's some versions of this that after they put the color, they actually will set the coffee filter in water and let the ink bleed a little bit. And it makes a really cool technique, or design, excuse me. But just for the sake of time, we're going to skip that step. So it's not a necessary step, but it is really fun. So if you put out a cookie tray and you were to do this and add all your colors in, let the colors bleed into the water and then let them dry. So you take the water out, let them dry overnight. You can end up with some really neat designs. So right now Leo's just going to do it on a dry coffee filter. And just remember that the coffee filter, it is just paper. So I'm going to make sure that it doesn't get too wet while Léodin's doing it, because it does have a chance of ripping.
This one's super wet.
That's good. It looks wonderful. It's okay because it will dry. Mais it is very wet. Alright, we've lost one of our colors, but I think we have enough blue. C'est correct, c'est juste...
Right there.
C'est là-bas? Oh, laisse-moi. Oi. Okay. Okay, le violet. Okay. So as Leo's using these, I'm going to put them away. I'm going to let him finish coloring, and I'm just going to explain some of the other supplies you will need. So we also were using some googly eyes. However, this can easily be omitted if you just draw your eyes on with a marker. Okay, tu peux utiliser les œils. Mais si tu n'as pas des œils comme ça, tu peux juste dessiner avec une crayon. Okay? Pipe cleaners. Clothespins. Excellent, Léodin. And some glue. You guys know that when I do my crafts with you, I use the hot glue gun because it's faster for our videos. But again, white glue does work. Okay? Est-ce que c'est tout ou est-ce que tu veux aussi mettre des... You don't want des jaunes ou des verts ou des oranges? Okay, juste les deux? Alright. And for our binoculars, the next step on our binoculars is going to require a cord or a piece of yarn. Okay, I'm also using a little bead, like a pony bead. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, and I'm also going to use a little piece of pipe cleaner, and I'll show you what this is for. This is actually a tool that I'm going to be using, a half a pipe cleaner, okay? And I'll explain what we do with that once we're finished our papillon, once we're finished our butterfly. Beautiful, Léodine. Okay, mettez les capuchons. Mettez les capuchons, s'il vous plaît. Alright, so this is Leo's beautiful wings. They are quite wet at the moment. And we're going to do an accordion fold on this. So we have done the accordion fold before during our Mother's Day gifts when we did our rosette. So I'm just going to show you how the accordion fold looks. So we alternate folding up and then folding down, and it's almost like a pinch. So if you watch, I'm going to take the filter and I'm going to pinch it in. Now if we had multiple filters, I would have Léodine doing it at the same time as me. So pinch and pinch and pinch. You're gathering it essentially. You're gathering the material in towards one center point. Okay?
Now we can't see it.
But you can, look, regarde.
Ooh.
It's beautiful.
So hold this and then it looks like a butterfly.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do,
Flat, flat, flat,
because we
flat,
want to
flat,
put the
flat.
body of our butterfly on, is we're going to put our wings.
My hands are not even dirty.
They're not even dirty. Wow. We're going to put our wings right into the center point of our pin. So you can imagine if I put those wings into some water, how that color would then reach out to the edges of the butterfly wings. So it's a different kind of design. And now Leo's ready to put the eyes.
Not those eyes, these eyes.
You want the noir. Okay. So do you want to use the hot glue so they go fast, or are you going to try to use the wet glue?
The
Tu veux cette colle ici?
wet.
Okay. So this kind here. So go ahead, Léodine.
Did it do it hard?
Yeah, it's just going to take a long time to dry, but that's okay. When we put the antenna on, we'll use the hot glue. So, mettre un peu de colle ici. C'est déjà ouvert. Il y a un petit trou. Regarde. Okay, so you just need to turn it over and put a little bit of glue, and then you're going to put your eyes on top. And there's an airplane out the window, so Leo's getting distracted. Okay, Leo, regarde.
Oh, cool.
Léodine. Okay, put the eyes on top, please. Nice. And you're gonna have to squeeze the other one next to it, okay? Oh, look, it's sliding. Wow, perfect. Oh, he's so cute.
But I got my hand now.
That's okay. And we're going to add some antenna on our papillon. So butterflies actually have curly antenna, and moths have straight antennas that almost have like feather-like sides on them.
And
So
these are feather like sides.
these are they're kind of like, so these are almost like moth antenna. But do we want to try to curl the ends? Yeah, parfait. And then just twist it around your finger, and then we can undo it a little bit and have a butterfly antenna. Ok, juste une côté, et après, tu peux faire l'autre côté.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so can you try cette côté on the jaune? And mommy will finish this. So Leo's wound one side a lot, so I'm just going to have to unwind a little bit on his, because I also need to wind the other side.
You get these.
Okay, so this is what we have so far, and then we're going to take the other side And we're going to do the same thing where we wind it around our finger. You can use the handle of a wooden spoon or a paintbrush handle or anything to wind your pipe cleaner around, but your finger does work. No, we're going to use the hot glue gun because this takes too long to dry on this because it soaks into all the little fluffies. Okay? So which one did you want? Did you want the rouge ou est-ce que tu veux les jaunes? Quel? Ou les deux ensemble. Tu veux des rouges? Okay. So I've kept my hot glue on because I knew this step. Hot glue actually does work better when you're working with pipe cleaners because it's so fuzzy that it just soaks up all the white glue. C'est parfait. Oh, Léonine!
They need to be straight up.
They need to be straight up? Well, you're gonna have to wait for it to dry first and then adjust it, okay? Attends, ça va sécher. Et après ça, tu peux ouvrir les. You can open those, okay? So
you can move them up.
Yes, you can move them up. That's right. So we have little butterflies, un petit papillon, little dragonflies, une libellule, et aussi des petits oiseaux. So you can make these wings really fluffy. You can add lots and lots of feathers onto them to make your birds big and small. I think this one's just a baby bird. Alright, so that brings us back to our binoculars. They are now dry, and I'm going to take off these elastics, but there's one more thing you'll want to have on your binoculars. On besoin une corde comme une collier. Okay?
It's super good.
Yeah. So Leo.
It's like a giant one.
Oh yeah.
Giant one whole binocular.
Un binocular. Okay. Laisse-moi voir. On va juste attacher les cordes sur chaque côté comme ça.
Why?
So that you can wear it on your neck when you put it down. You don't drop them down because they're camouflaged. You don't want to lose them in the forest. So what you do is you wear them around your neck. So I am going to use my hot glue again. Hot glue is just because it's faster. You can use several different, several different ways of attaching that. And you know what? I'm going to change my mind because I don't like the way that looks on the inside of them. I'm going to actually attach it on the outside. And we can probably just clean that up by adding a little bit of tape on top so it looks the same as the rest of them. Okay, we're going to tape on top of that, Leo, so it looks really nice, okay? But I'm just going to attach it first. It is, but Mom's tough. Okay, so Mama's done, okay. Now, you'll notice that I left my cord really long to put it over your head, but that's not going to be realistic because that's going to go right down to Leodin's knees. So I'm going to show you a little trick to make this self-adjusting. And that's where our pony bead and our pipe cleaner come into place. Léo, est-ce que tu peux plier ça en deux? Non, non, donne-moi le... Non, tu écoutes pas. Plie ça en deux. Oui, tu vas faire une aiguille. So Leo's making a needle with our pipe cleaner. Okay, parfait. Here, tiens ça. We're gonna trade. Whoa, whoopsies. Une seconde. C'est où les petits beads? Did you find it?
No.
Okay, can I have the aiguille while you're looking? Merci. Okay, va chercher. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our folded pipe cleaner and we're going to thread it. We're going to pretend that's a needle and we're going to loop our cord onto our needle. And then what I'm going to do is I'll just give a little twist so that it becomes one. Now this I am going to use to thread my bead onto my yarn, and that bead is going to be able to slide on to make a shorter cord or slide off to make a longer cord. Merci, Leodin, you're a good finder. Okay, I want you to use it. No, you can do it. Take this. I want you to put the bead on the cord. Okay, slide it all the way onto the noir. Pousse plus fort. Good. So Leo's got it on now, and he can now take the... Tu peux enlever l'aiguille. So you gotta twist it off. Here. So take it off, because we're all done with that. Parfait. Okay, are you ready to try on your binoculars?
Yeah.
So you put those over, and then I can adjust them so that they fit really nice over Leo's head. Wow, what do you see? Look out the window. Est-ce que tu vis les oiseaux? No?
Yeah, there's too much trees. There's now like a window. Okay?
C'est pas vrai, they just pretend, right? Okay, regarde la caméra, dis merci.
Merci.
Okay, thank you so much for tuning in for our virtual story and art. We're so happy you joined us. And we're gonna work on our purple martin. So we're gonna say bye for now. À la prochaine. Merci beaucoup. Make sure to check out what's going on at your local art gallery. So the Temiskaming Art Gallery is now reopened, and we are happy to serve your art needs.